Hi there, I'm CJ Jenkins from Century 21 Cornerstone Realty at Lake of the Pines in Auburn, California. And I would like to invite you to a very unusual property at Lake of the Pines. It is on Wayfarer Court, and the address is 23340 Wayfarer Court. And what's so special about this property is what you're seeing right here, which is the land. It is the largest parcel at Lake of the Pines for sale. We have 1.8 acres that goes to this one address right here. Now, most of the homes at Lake of the Pines are on a fourth or a third of an acre. There are 3 streets that have these larger parcels. And what is so cool about these large parcels is the fact that though they appear as trees and very natural here, and they give you a good buffer between you and your neighbor, provides a lot of quiet and solitude. Besides that, we now have this thing in California since January 2020 called ADUs, Additional Dwelling Units, which in the country we've called granny units, well, or guest houses. Now at Lake of the Pines, you can utilize this property right here, and you could put an additional building on here, another living quarters here, or build a granny, as we say. You can also put a big shop on this land, maybe an artist studio. There's so many possibilities with this property. So keep in mind, it is the only large property at Lake of the Pines, but you still get the feeling of country and you get the amenities that Lake of the Pines has to offer. This road right here is lining the property line, and it goes to another 2 properties, and everything on this side of the road is part of this Wayfarer property. We do know that there is a level area which would be a perfect building site down the hill here a ways, and it's a very pretty spot too. We have a question.
Oh, Karen Schneider.
Hey, Karen, how are you? It's so good to see you. Yes, thanks for the blessings. So nice to see you. Now, these 3 streets that have the larger lots at Lake of the Pines have something really special about them too. Besides more privacy, quiet, a buffer between you and your neighbors, is they do not have to be hooked up to the county sewer system. And everyone else pays about $100 a month. And that fee is for to be able to flush your toilet. And whether you live in Grass Valley or Colfax or Auburn, everybody has a sewer fee today, except if you're on septic. This property here on Wayfarer Court is on septic. And what's perfect about that is you get to save $1,200 a year without paying a sewer fee. So that's a really nice feature, and also makes the property more affordable. Okay, we're going to scoot on down. You can see that the house is tucked down off the road. We have a separate 2-car garage, which we'll visit in a little bit. Lots of great opportunities here to have a big garden. If you're an avid gardener, you'd have lots of space to do your magic. Or you could keep it quite natural. The house has recently been painted inside, and it's just been painted outside. So it's very sharp looking. And as you can see down the street, really, there are not very many houses. It's very private. Plenty of parking with the circular driveway. And we're priced at $449,000. There has been a home that just sold across the street for $750,000. And 2 houses away a few years ago, a home sold for $875,000. We'll come back to the garage in a little bit. If you'd like to bring your groceries in after you park on the driveway or in the garage, you can take these stairs right here and go right through the laundry room to the kitchen. Or you can come in through the front door. Good size front porch for you to cool down. By the way, it's probably 100 degrees today and 110 in Sacramento. So this isn't a typical day for us here in the foothills. This would be a great spot. The decks here are made out of Trex decking, and we have the iron railings, which makes them easy care. So welcome to the house on Wayfarer. We were built in 1979. We have 1,869 square feet. And just look at that view. You feel like you're living in a treehouse. You sure don't need any drapes here. You've got enough privacy that curtains are not even needed. What's interesting is we have a great room concept for the house being built in 1979. I'm going to scoot out here and look at the view. These are cool. These are solar caps. Yeah. And they will glow at nighttime for you from all the sun that it has received during the day. So Trex decking again, iron railings, which actually are very, very hot right now. Tree-lined view. And there's been a lot of tree trimming here on this property. So this slider comes right out of the dining room and also the master. There's a slider there too.
In the shade.
Oh, in the shade. It's under 100. Oh, great. There is a very functional kitchen. You can reach here at your electric stovetop, your oven, and your sink and your refrigerator would be in that space. So very functional. We've got our dishwasher, and it's all happening in this space. But imagine washing the dishes and looking out at that view. Always think about washing dishes and what you look at. Extra storage. These cabinets are quite nice. They're the original cabinets, but they're in very good condition. And they're not oak. We have so much oak at Lake of the Pines. I'm not sure what this room was used for. It might be where someone stored a freezer. And a little space there for your brooms. Little nook area here. And if someone wanted to expand the kitchen could be expanded here with extra counters and more cabinets if that was something that you would desire. The upstairs bathroom is this one. Oh, some pergo flooring in there. Tidy bath. Good sized bedroom. Remember, this house has been painted recently, so it's very clean. This is where I'd put my bed, right here. So when I wake up in the morning, I could look at that view. So come on over and see what you would wake up to. Very pretty. And sleep with the slider open at night. So there are two closets. This one has some shelves and a light in it. And then we have a regular size closet here. And then right around the corner is the door that we mentioned that's close to the garage. And this is a perfect spot for a laundry room. Again, some more storage, more cabinets, and there's our water heater. Let's go downstairs. One of the nice things about this layout is you could actually live upstairs, and if you had someone, let's say a family member, that you don't want to see regularly, but provide them a place to live, they have this very nice sized family room. There is a private exit, which we'll look at in a minute, so they wouldn't have to come into the house at all on the main level. Once, there was maybe a little cooking area here. Maybe somebody had a microwave here. Maybe this was a bar because there is water set up and a small refrigerator. And the house also comes with the big refrigerator there. This is a newer toilet. You know how we know? One flush, two flushes. That little button there. And it's nice to have a window in the bathroom. I'll get out the way. Storage for your towels and linens. Good sized bedroom, a little smaller than the bedroom upstairs. But once again, you wouldn't need any draperies in here. It's just so private. This home is all electric, and this is one of those new sexy HVAC units. It's a Mitsubishi electric. It provides air and heat, and they're very functional, used a lot in Europe. If you want to put your weight equipment here, you'd have a mirror. This is the biggest room for a sleeping room. This room was probably added a little bit later. It's very cool right now, has some good big windows on one side looking out toward the view. This could be called an office or a third bedroom. So let's go outside. There's a railing right here, Leanne. Lots of fruit trees were planted many years ago. There's some nice established plants that were put here from one of the previous owners. I think we have a plum, and I don't know what the other trees are. There might be an apple.
That's a fig.
And a fig. Kind of cool. We're not used to having a lot of room for those trees here. So here's the staircase off of the upstairs deck. Very nicely presented with the Trex wood and the metal railings. We're on the side of the house now, and this was probably a location where folks had a garden and had some raised garden beds. There's lots of possibilities of what you could put here. Maybe this is a building site for you, or the other building site that we mentioned before. We also have accessibility here right at the top of that wooden divider. You can bring a truck all the way in here, so that would be easy access to bring in your dirt and get some irrigation set up for your garden if you would want it. It is so quiet.
Yeah, nice breeze.
Have a little bit of a staircase for people to go down to the lower areas. We are gathering the facts, but we believe that the ravine right there is the area where the parcel line is, and then it heads on over there and gets wider. Now, if I were living downstairs, maybe I'm a student who is learning from home, or maybe I'm one of those 25-year-olds who've never moved out of the house. They could have this whole downstairs to themselves. They could have this patio in this area and be outside, but have a place with a little kitchenette set up, a full bathroom, 2 rooms, and a family room. So here's the private path for them. And I think at one time there was a gate or some fencing between the staircase and the garage, and this whole area here, and this was a dog run. Or again, a perfect location for your garden. Full sun. So if I am coming home late at night and I don't want to bother my parents, I would park my car in the driveway, take this path all the way to the downstairs slider, and sneak on in. They wouldn't even know when I got home. I'm going to go and unlock the garage. If you'll take a moment to look at all the parking here. Let's take a peek through this service door into the garage. This is a good long garage because a car would park about here. I'm not exactly sure how long it is, but I think you could actually get by with one of the bigger trucks that we have today with the cabs in the back. You'd have enough length for the vehicle to be in here, and possibly your boat and your trailer. Room for shelving if need be, and also some space on the side for shelving. Nice to have a window. I'll open it later. Nice to have a window in your garage, actually 2 windows, and a service door besides the garage opener itself. I think what we'll do now is we'll go out to the street, but we're going to go a different way this time. Let's go up these stairs and walk this path. This was the area that I was mentioning that could be used for parking if you had a lot of vehicles for some reason, or maybe it could be a place for you to put a golf cart garage.
Or to load your RV.
Or to unload your RV, yeah, that would be good too. So perfect spot, comes right off of the street. If you look, we can even see some tire tracks from a previous owner. And you could have your shop over here, your golf cart garage over here, maybe tuck away a few things and see if that would work. And with this house built, in 1979, you actually find some remnants of the previous owners. For example, this this rock retaining wall right here that goes all the way along the sidewalk. And I like this piece of masonry here with some rocks, and actually I would imagine that these are stones that came from this land because of the same color as the earth that we have near here. Little bit of touches of little pieces of history of what this house was like at one time when it was built. So let's talk about Lake of the Pines as a community. What would you get if you lived here as your amenities? One of the things is there's a gorgeous lake that people swim in from the end of May until the end of September.
No, me.
Okay.
Better light.
We have a clubhouse here, a 19-hole golf course, a sports lounge here, an active golf program, tennis program, water aerobics. The pool is open 9 months a year. There's lap swimming, synchronized swimming, not synchronized swimming, water aerobics. I don't think there's synchronized swimming. I don't know where that came from. And open swim. We have all of our beaches. We have 6 different parks where the community comes in, the HOA, and comes in and puts fresh sand down every year. We have 4 different playgrounds, places to park your kayaks and canoes by the beaches and your stand-up paddle boards. We have so many other social activities happening that are, well, this is before this time period with the virus, but we do normally have music on the lake once a month, and that's a lot of fun. You can come up in your boat and anchor by where the stage is, which is by the clubhouse, or you can pay $5 to get into that area and bring your lawn chairs, you bring your own food and drink with you and have a great time, see your neighbors. We have security 24/7, which is something that's very valuable today. We might take it for granted. We are a gated community, and part of your HOA dues go to having a security force here at the gate and to drive around and as a patrol to make sure everybody's safe here. And we also have a great restaurant. In our clubhouse, we have wonderful food, and we have a bar open. We serve lunch, we serve Sunday brunch, and we serve dinners. So what a great place to feel like you're in the country and also have a lot of activities to do. Have we lost ourselves there?
It just kind of went bananas on me. There we go.
So again, I'd like to welcome you to Wayfarer Court, 23340 Wayfarer Court in Lake of the Pines, California. We do have a virtual tour where we have drone footage of what the house looks like in relationship to the land. And if you have any questions on this property, call CJ. I'd love to help you answer some of those questions that you may have. And this is a wonderful opportunity for you to come into a house, make it your own, and have that extra space to put any additional dwelling unit that you see fit. So we hope that you will come and visit us at Wayfarer Court. Thanks so much for joining us today. Bye-bye.
Ooh, good.
Did I say here?
No, hardly at all.
Yeah.